Peanut butter Phlox'em time.
Spread it thick, don't let it flop. We're spreading on,
Oh yeah.
we're spreading on. Keep it creamy now. We're spreading on,
Oh yeah.
we're spreading on. Keep it creamy now.
Hello, welcome everyone to Phlox'em here with another Keyforge Team League event. Going to be doing adaptive against Alberto Campos. If you just heard that incredible song for the intro, that is Peanut Butter Phlox'em time, lovingly rendered or I don't know, generated by Clogin for the stream. It's been the highlight of my week by far. Welcome in, Ketzer. Won't be able to stick around. You and Quick Draw. Nobody can stick around. Did just lose your match. Oh, man. Yeah, I lost O2 last week, too. It's always rough, but you just got to keep going for it. Welcome in, Cloggin. You missed, I don't know if you heard we did get it in there for the intro, so I think I got that figured out. Now I just need the Mars GIF. Anyways, Alberto Campos has a Grim Reminders deck. Going to be a really interesting matchup. It does have artifact control, so that will be a little bit of a problem, but very low on the creature and amber control, so just gonna have to see. Obviously these GR decks can do all kinds of silly things. The speed is probably even slower than it turns out to be, so we'll just see how it goes. But let me get a game going here and we'll get started. I'll go ahead and get a time limit. It's just a regular game for now. I don't know. This is going to be really interesting to see how Tungsten handles this. again, there's a chance that my board just gets out of control for them. Sandworm is a little bit of an issue, but I have some tools for that. Problem is just going to be if I lose that Curiosaurus to the reclaimed, it can be a problem, and there's not really anything I can do about that. I can never remember which does which. Animating Force turns it into a creature. So Animating Force is also going to be able to remove artifacts from the board by turning them into creatures. So with that, I know Debobbles are important to get down. I don't mind this as a second turn. I just don't love this stuff right now, so I think we got to mulligan that. Okay, we've got our Curiosaurus, but again, there's a good chance it doesn't do much in this matchup, so. And my cough just going back and forth daily, so I've got some tea here to try and smooth it out. We'll see if it's enough. This hand is almost worse than the one we had at the beginning. But there is a chance that harvest timing some stuff here, depending on what creatures come down. Do they have Infiltrator? I'm not too worried about. Harvest Skimmer, Dark Lamp. Yeah, it's really the actions, but I don't have ways to purge the actions. So not loving this start. Really need to find some efficiency or something here. Is there much that I really want to hit with the harvest time? Should I just discard it? Just go back into dis? Hydras are some creature control. Singing Scythe is some purging, but I can't purge that unless it's on the board already. Art Project is an action. Siphonopterians are going to be kind of a pain, but it's like I'm giving them Amber. They also not give them Amber. It's kind of weird. Okay, discards the Infiltrator. With that, I think the harvest time goes. Get Amber on the Inspector and then play the Curiosaurus next turn. Okay, I'll take it with an Erotaurus. It's not too bad. But this is not the start I was hoping for. I either wanted artifacts or I wanted some logos. We just got not the logos we needed to see, so. Oh, hey, this is KTL. I need to go to my. Sorry about that. I have a specific screen for this. They also have the Forgotten Guardian, so purging stuff might not even matter too much. Purging a card from a discard pile purges the harvest time. Okay. And that's fair. Get some damage on the Inspector. Waste not the Guardian to get a little bit more draw. Good chance if they find the reclaimed here that they just hold it. Which means maybe I don't play the Curia. I have to. I have to get cycle at this point. Just keep building a board. Regrowth, Forgotten Guardian. Purges Pandemonium. Huh. I don't love what this thing is doing. It's not a great start here. But it's good to know that there is some purge in their deck. We can use that to our advantage when we're playing it. Has to be thinking about what other cards to play here. Not drawing anything at the moment. Discards Hydra and Flumph. Very interesting. What are they worried about? Because they don't have Winds of Death. Just gotta start finding some of these. Plays the Reclaimed. And then low dawns for some Amber. Okay, that's totally fine. That's a huge Untamed turn, though. It's like 7 cards. Seems to happen pretty often in these. What's up, JT? Yeah, this is a lurker time, and I'm kind of having to take a quick lunch break to do this, but just got to do it. Glad to see the Reclaim go, though, because now we get to start doing some stuff here. Get more Saurian down. We can EP next turn if we need to, but really want to start getting that Curia value. Or I might just let him have this first key and just keep getting the board out, because again, they don't have a true board clear. It is... Yeah. Very... What does Fortune Reverser do? Oh yeah, that's just blank text box. Yeah, so the more dinos we get on the board early, I think the better off we're gonna be. But seeing that Reclaim go right now is huge. So huge. I don't know if I'm getting to check this fast, but not much they can do. They do have the Animating Force. Go Geistoid. Of course they have it, turn 1. That's so frustrating. Because I know both of those will be at the bottom of my deck when I play this deck. It's still on the board, though. They might fight it into something here. I met the Low Dawn. Oh, Siphonopterian. So now we want to find a Ludo. Oh my goodness, these draws too. They're just blazing through their deck. So is it worth axioming here? It probably is. Like, I could keep them from reaping by fighting, but it'd just be easier to axiom and get a bigger board here. They're still not in check. We'll go ahead and ward the Nero. Reap, draw, capture. Okay. I mean, it's a bummer, but they also, again, don't have a whole lot of ways to kill my creatures, so the Curia is more something I could control anyways. Problem is just they're going to start blazing with the Amber control. And Amber Generation. How much Amber control do they have? Not the Amber control, the Amber Generation. I think they have the opportunity to start going very fast. But if we keep reaping, ooh, don't love that. And we can't remove that now because they got rid of our harvest time. Get to 8 if they want to stop me from forging, or if they want to actually forge past the Cornicen and not play any creatures. I wonder if my plan should just be to keep playing creatures, though. Thanks, Catcher. We'll talk. See you later. Curia meta sounds very fun. Okay, so we've got Siphonopterian, discarding Dark Lamp. We know they have the upgrade to that blanks a creature. They might put that on the Neotaurus just so they can keep their creatures available to fight. I really need to find some of my other artifacts, though, now that both of their artifact controls are gone. I guess they can get them back with the Incarnation Pod. Incarnation Pod is such a solid card. It's so good. Especially when you're playing a slower game like this is going to be. Okay, so the Fortune Reverser, the Cornicen, and then go to 7, the Ledger Domain. Bounce their own creature, getting extra amber. Yeah, so this is definitely going to be a Logos turn. Question is, do I want to just standardize first? Blow up the most amber? Because that would give them 1, 2, 3. So they go to 11, 12, 13. Oh, gosh. No, we'll just play it now. Just keep putting threats on the board. We get rid of this. Oh, do we hold it actually for the... I think we hold it for the Sandworm. I would not mind just killing that when it comes down. Now that we can't purge it especially, I need to get rid of any creature power they're going to have. What's up, Vaginator? Welcome in. I just don't know. I think I'm rethinking a lot of my ideas about adaptive. I think it pays to have the more aggressive deck. Pays to win game 1. Having a reactive deck is... I don't know, maybe it's just not what I'm used to playing. I need to get more used to playing a reactive deck again, but everything these days has been so aggressive with the key cheats and Amber Generation and GR that we're just not used to having reactive decks anymore. Okay, so fights off of Torado, that's fair. Sandhoppers it to get some value. Oh, of course, they have the Sandworm. They can Sandhopper the Sandworm. No. Just rough. Probably toss. Know what they toss in the bottom. Ledger Domain. Seems pretty good with their Aquidon house here. But we have to kill this Sandworm. Unless they just Sandhopper it and hold it. Which might be a good call. Gosh. I also just think I'm playing. I don't think they meant to play our project there. Because I don't have a key. And that gives me a draw 10. Oh, I only draw if it actually unforges a key. Never mind. So they just get an amber off that. They bounce the Sandhopper. Or the Siphon. I'm pretty happy about that. Put down a Hydra for some more creature control. So, I mean, if I Reap with Neotaurus, they can't fight me next turn. But they're just going to keep getting Sandhopper value now. Unless I deal with this stuff. Yeah, this Fortune Reverser is actually pretty rough. Man. Just not in a good spot. We have to go logos here. Start getting some draws happening. Purchase Junk Restoration. They go to 8. Okay, Bouncing Death Quirk is something, but again, it just like there's not much I can do to deal with these guys until I have more Amber control. I think what I mean is just like aggressive decks force you to have the correct answers at the right time, or force the reactive deck to be, even if it's stronger, it forces you to have the stuff at the right time. And if you don't, you might just lose a match that you should win. Whereas the really aggressive decks are kind of just doing the same thing most games. And so they're less variable in that way. Like 3 Siphon Optarians now. And of course, my Purge is gone. I can bounce them eventually with Snudge, but they can just play this house the rest of the game until I find my EP now. Why didn't I draw? Oh, no, I did draw. They just... Why did I discard? How did I lose a card? I drew to 6. Now I'm on 5. What did I miss? Murph, did you catch that? Do you know what I'm missing here? I feel like I'm missing a card. Because I shouldn't have chains anymore, and nothing was discarded. Oh, I lost my chain that turn. Because I was still at 6. Okay, they out-negotiate for some more control. I mean, this Cinder will be nice. Because at least these guys can't fight that reasonably. But I don't know, do I just Gateway here? Can't. I don't know. It's a problem. It is definitely a problem. I'm glad they didn't go to check there, though. That helps. They start running out of things that they can fight successfully. I need to start getting these Dominator bobbles. I think they just start going... They just keep going Equidon. There's no reason not to. They can just Reap at this point. So I can't get past these taunts unless I give them more Amber. Yeah. Reap, Reap. And bounce. Oh, they put it back on bottom because of the Incarnation Pod. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're losing this so hard. And they can just throw out Negotiate on the bottom of their deck now. Oh my goodness. crushed by this deck. Ooh. Them losing taunt for this turn is actually massive, because now we can tax for the full key with these anguishes. I guess that's the right call, but then I'm not killing. I guess I'd have to fight with the Cinder. Problem is I need to play this Logos. I don't know. I think I'm in trouble. Do I need to fight this Witch of the Eye? Probably. We'll fight this one to reduce their taunts. Reap here because we have to have them forge with this 11. We have to blow that Amber up. Okay, I got the second EP. That gives me a turn to get my Logos down. But, I mean, same deal. They can just go back into Equidon and get all kinds of value. Probably should have killed at least one of these with the earlier when I did that first EP. I wouldn't have stopped the key then, though. I mean, they have to kill this Anguish now is their problem. I guess they have this one damage that they can do. But that means they're not bouncing the Sandworm. And I should have put the damage on this one so that I would have the taunt open for the daughters. Just so many small things I need to get better at. Oh, and there's a Technorachophobia. Is that what they threw on the bottom? No, they did Ledger Domain. So they just redrew into the Technorachophobia too. Just not sure what I'm supposed to do against some of this stuff. Now they have taunt again, so I can't do the same Anguish thing. I'm not getting any Amber. Okay, goes for the Siphonopterian. Flumph. Get that back down for one more damage on the Anguish. Thank you for stopping the key for me. Oh, bouncing it with a Ledger Domain. Okay, so now we can't go Saurian. Woof. Technorachophobia on bottom. because of this dumb fortune reversal. This thing has done so much work for them, not being able to capture with the cornice in. I can't fight with these guys because he's stunned, he would die, and I'm giving them amber if I fight anything anyways. This only steals 1, and there's no taxing. I'm pretty screwed. It's not good. Yeah. So they're at 7, so I want to give them back a little bit of amber, but I need to kill some of these things. That's the problem. But they're already on 5 cards left, so they're just going to incarnation pod to the bottom anyways. Like, yeah, we're just in a huge world of trouble. Okay, so if I kill, I think I need to kill 3. So it'd be 1, 1, 2, 3. They go to 10, and the EP puts them at 5. And I have to draw into Samsari, and otherwise I just lose anyways. Yeah, it's not good. Okay, so we have to kill this one, this guy. We'll do this one and this guy. Do I kill any more than that? Sure. Okay, so we can stop 8 amber. No more than that. Those Siphonopterians are actually a huge pain. But I mean, the biggest thing is they had the animating force right after they discarded. I should have known when they discarded the reclaimed that they probably had the other one in hand, but I had it down for, like, I played it one turn and they got rid of it the next, even though half their artifact removal was gone. And of course, like in my game last week, I found none of my other artifacts anytime early in the game. I don't know, this deck I think is just too draw dependent, which I feel like I just keep running into in my adaptive decks, is like a good draw of the artifacts early in this one, or different things just seems to kill me. Maybe that's just an excuse for being a bad player. But that's how this deck has been feeling the last couple adaptive games I played with it. That one game to the next, if you draw your artifacts early, it just steamrolls, and if you don't, it does literally nothing. So going Geistoid here. It's probably not good news for me, but we'll see. I don't care if they capture right now. I'm not killing anything anytime soon anyways. Webster. Really hope they can't kill these daughters. Singing Scythe is bad, but I don't think they want to go back into Geistoid anyways. They probably put it on Siphonopterian. Ooh, they put it on Floop. Maybe I should just discard every artifact against this deck, because that animating force is so strong. Purge and EP basically wins them the game, I think, because there's no chance I get enough. Yeah. And I can go Saurian, but they can kill the Ludo super easily. So that's what I still have to do. There's no snippies, so ordering doesn't really matter here. No. I have no ways to draw anymore because my Torados are gone, so I can't even draw through to EP. I don't have my Dominator Bobble, so I can't take a disc turn because I can never stop a key on a disc turn. Without the Bobbles or the Pandemonium. Dang. This is rough. Just gonna have to be able to replicate it. Is the trick. But he's gonna know to fight the Siphonopterians off. Which I should have just let him have the Ember and fought him off earlier. It's too late now. I want Equidon here. Got some choices to make. I mean, if they don't go to check here, this could be a really big turn for me. If I can get this Dis on the board. Just getting to play Art Project for free because I don't have any keys. Tutor draws me one. It's the artifact. Yeah, this artifact too just lets me get a little bit more capture on those Saurian turns, so I could have stopped the key a turn ago with Saurian. No, I said it on the Sloppy Lab Work Discord too. I feel like I have definitely slipped in my adaptive abilities. I do not feel confident anymore in this format. Maybe just as a Keyforge player in general, I've slipped, but uses Webster to fight a Thero. Oh no. Shrix. Okay, so they're for sure getting to check here. Just discarded the Technorachnophobia. Lethalogica. Fights the other Shrix. Ah. I think what's really frustrating is I keep trying to make this deck work, and it feels like it should. Just doesn't. But no way to put damage on. Anguish. These aren't drawing into anything. So yeah, we just have to go sorry in here. But we're just gasping for breath. Fighting doesn't help me any. I can't kill this thing, which is just awful because it can just use any creature any turn. Could fight the Mamet. Maybe I should do that because that way they won't get any archiving here. And That'll give me a turn before, because they're gonna do the steal with that thing. But yeah, I mean, we're out of amber control now. Left Logica has to hit EP. I guess we have this. But Webster can just fight into Thero. Dang. Yep. They got this one. But I mean, they're going to have a hard time too if they feel like they can't even play artifacts. I can't get rid of Snudge. I don't know. There's definitely draws this deck could have early game that are a problem for this deck. Because this deck has to fight creatures off the board. But he just... I mean, he had that Untamed turn super early too. That was so much amber. And so many cards out of the way. Yeah, this turn. It's like an 8 Untamed card turn on turn 2. So they just had all of that out of the way, and they just found all their Equidon stuff after that. And the Equidon has the discard pips, which let you just filter through. Guardian keeps purging stuff. Yeah. So I think the trick for me will be I have to get like 2 Siphonopterians down at once so that they're really disincentivized to clear the board. Okay, so we have to find, let's see, this is only capturing 1, 2, 3, so they're not enough, so we have to do the Logos turn. Oh, 2 Lethologicas, nope, not quite enough. Just for spite. Ah, there's the EP. We drew it right at the end. I think I want them to have to go first. Just so they can probably play like the Mobius scroll turn 1. This doesn't seem bad. I don't know if these all together is great though. Okay, so they're gonna be able to get some draw. Damage. Discard. Lymph, I guess. Okay, there's a Sandhopper. This is just really interesting to know how to play this game early with this deck. I think they would be in check after this turn. I would have to have a crazy draw off the Hydra to do that. Hmm. Maybe it's possible. Okay. Get some stuff down. Damage. Ludo. I think the Webster is pretty big in this matchup too. Gonna have to discard the Harvest Skimmer. Okay, so just going for some fighting. Just way it goes, huh? Now where do we start damaging? We get one more on Ludo. Ooh, Dark Lamp Reaver. I don't think I want Boo because I'm going to be haunted anyways. So maybe it's Reaver or Dark Lamp feels good because if they play Kyria next turn, that gets me value. This guy, damage, Nero, Lamp, discard this guy. Thanks, Murph. Not feeling super confident, but just totally different game. It's not check for them, which is pretty big. Yeah, we got some things we can do here. Reaping with I gotta remember that near Taurus Reap though, so I can't actually fight the Ludo. Yeah, that's one of the problems. Do we Technoarachnophobia here? I really don't like the idea of discarding the rest of this stuff. There's nothing in their discard to... We hold on to this for a turn. We just do play it. Let's see if we can get a steal. I have to start dealing the damage to near Taurus. Okay, we lost. One more siphon, out negotiate. And tutor. That's actually about the best I think I could have gotten. We didn't steal, which is unfortunate. And kind of crazy. But I think that was the turn. Okay, so we can Fortune Reverser Ludo maybe, and then just... I still can't fight stuff off is the problem. As long as this guy's reaping, I need to find a way to kill this guy, which we're almost there with the Witch of the Spore. My deck has no Amber control, so... It's just gonna keep going. I don't think we're going Geistoid here. We'd probably take that on a Geistoid turn, but it's not going to be this turn. This effect is already in place, so that doesn't help me. I can't fight. There's nothing even in their discard. God, this is so frustrating. Just this one card is going to win it for him. We have to kill Ludo. Urge Ludo. Know we've got that coming. So now I just clog my hand with a bunch of Untamed. Oh my gosh. It's just so frustrating. Just pull 6 Saurian by turn 3. One of them is just the perfect counter. Okay, yeah, gotta go Geistoid here. Start chipping away. Start purging my own stuff. I can't even stop that, right? Wow. So frustrating. I have no way of getting this guy back. So most I can do is 2. Just insane. So like that's just where it's like Yeah. There's so many things I want to blame, like draw order. I need to go back and look at game 1. But played Toronto. I played these. They played 4 sorry in that turn. And then 2 more here, yeah. The only way I even have a chance of winning is just fighting that Nero Taurus off that turn. I also missed on the Technoarachnophobia, but of course I do. I don't know. I think their deck is a very good adaptive deck, except that I saw what their deck is trying to do game 1, but it was too late for me to adapt to it in game 1, so I just had to hope to be able to do the same thing game 2, and I was not. So good on them for that. Man, I really, really want to be super mad about this. I'm trying not to be. But this is kind of the way it's gone with this, with Tungsten. Bit of feast or famine. I did go to game 3, I think. At least one of my first 2 matches. Alberto Campos. Son's name. That's really cool. It's a cool deck. I don't mind something that's doing something different than just Geistoid Solitaire, but yeah, that's just essentially one too many dinos. In Nero Taurus. Okay, well, GG to Alberto Campos. Obviously, they did really well. That's just how it goes. But yeah, I'm still on a journey of, I don't know, figuring out adaptive, because something is broken in my thinking, in my play, or in my deck choices. I don't know what it is, but I'm really struggling. And it feels like a luck thing, where like even my last game, my last adaptive match in KTL, like I saw none of my artifacts until the end of the deck, and then they had 3 or 4 out by early turns, including 2 Dominator Baubles, and it just made such a difference. Which I think is kind of comes back to this not being a great deck. If it's too dependent on too many cards or too many artifacts or whatever, I think that makes it less consistent. But anyways, that's the way it goes. Thanks for hanging out, Fudgenator. Not sure if anyone else is around. We'll get this on YouTube so everyone can see my shame. No, it's still good. It's still Keyforge. Definitely interesting games more so. This keeps happening to me where I'm getting stuck matches. But yeah, that'll be it for now. Back to work after my lunch break. So we'll see you all later, and hopefully for KTL round 5, which will be our last one probably, because I don't think we're making it to the finals for the playoffs. So see y'all later.